Wow. Okay. So three interesting different perspectives on how people join cybersecurity, right? So again, that leads into the next question, which is there's given everything that's going on in the industry and industries getting upended and verticals disappearing, this is unfortunately an evergreen place. I know Naomi, you have quite a few things to talk about this on LinkedIn, but the question really is, given if somebody is looking at it and saying, hey, what path do I want to track into? Cybersecurity is clearly something that is going to stay forever. It's going to morph, obviously. So, but the point is, and there's still, again, Naomi, your pole position as talking to a lot of CISOs and being a CISO yourself is this constant thing about security skills gap, right? You can't have a conversation without talking about, oh, I'm not able to hire and I'm not able to retain people and all that, and yet you have this latent pool of people wanting to break in. So let's start with that, which is what are the immediate hurdles? I'll put you on the spot over here. What are the immediate hurdles that companies place on themselves because of institutional mindset or very closed thinking that we should break open? And what success stories have you seen as a result of that?
You almost just answered the question yourself, Ashwin.
Hey, this is a self podcast now.
This is the best panel ever when the moderator answers the question. But you're right. I mean, the creation of the sales gap is created because of the mindset of hiring managers and the CISOs today, where they think that you need 5 years of experience or a CISSP just to do basic security things. And I think it's completely untrue. Now I will say this is untrue now in 2021, where we have resources, white papers, protocols, things that other people have written. We are standing on the giants of shoulders. We are giants of shoulders. We are standing on the shoulders of giants. We no longer need to create anything because we are just practitioners at this point. We use Google like everyone else, Stack Overflow, Reddit. Like, think of all the things that we do. We don't actually have to create anymore. We just have to implement other best practices. And that's where I'm thinking anyone can break in. They can learn cybersecurity, and they are. And I think if people give people the chance, you can just see how much they can actually do. Your expectations are a little bit high in terms of what you're trying to look for. Trust me, people are smart. They can actually learn the things that you can do in your job. And
your
success stories, I'll tell you my success story. How about that?
Yes.
Unless somebody else wants to chime in with theirs.
No, feel free. Yeah.
So I recently hired an intern back in April. Her name is Jessica, and I actually chose her because she had a wonderful sense of humor, a great communicator, a wonderful level of critical thinking, emotional intelligence, empathy, all the wonderful things that are kind of harder to teach. Now, I hired her because she had 0 years of experience, and I found her because I'm like, I need somebody with a just different way of thinking, right? Posted a link on a Facebook group for opera singers. She applied for the job, she got the job, and she just started her full-time job as a junior cybersecurity analyst because she rocked her internship, and she took her Security Plus after only doing technology for 2 months, 2.5 months, passed it on her first try. And the whole time I don't think she knew it was supposed to be hard. Like, she's not on LinkedIn. She's not on any social media. So she doesn't have the background and the bias of saying like, oh, this is a really hard thing to do and you're not supposed to be doing it this way. But to her, it's a completely natural path in getting into cybersecurity. And that's the way I wanted her to have that experience. Is like, she doesn't know what is outside and in the community, all of the whole bias and the entire like, oh, I'm struggling to get in. I wanted her to know how easy it could be and how easy it is to succeed to get into cybersecurity. And she actually got that experience. She applied with zero years of experience, with no knowledge of even what an IP address was. I taught her from the ground up. I had her shadow me. I gave her some very easy projects to do. She ended up writing her IT security playbooks based off of incident response frameworks created by other people, right? Like, she didn't have to create anything. She just had to like put things together. And then at the end of 2.5 months, if you pass your Security Plus, I'll offer you a full-time job. And I never told her it was hard, even though I was like, I don't know, it's a little hard. Like, go ahead and try. I don't know if you can do it. But I told her, yes, you can. You totally can. Yes, you can. And she, in her mind, oh yeah, other people have done this. I can do this. So she studied, she did home labs, she wrote note cards, and she passed the exam. And I was so excited. I was blown away. I was like, my expectations were reset. And I was like, okay, yeah, you definitely just, and she's such a good mind for security and just brings that outside perspective. And I'm telling you, she's teaching me every day. So, and I'm not just saying that, it really is true. Like, she's very intelligent. And there's so many people like that. That's the thing. Jessica is special and unique, but there are other people just like her. and we have to give them a chance.
Yeah, I saw your post about her on LinkedIn. It's like, I called you trailblazing for a reason, right? So, so Aastha, what's your experience? I know you work with the larger community a lot, and so what have you seen change, and what, both in terms of good and bad?
So yeah, actually, I want to second that what Naomi mentioned, that there are a lot of people. So I teach at Flatiron School. So it's a boot camp that we teach, and people are coming from diverse backgrounds. So somebody's coming from hotel management, somebody's coming from a mechanical background. They don't have prior IT knowledge. But one of the things which I've seen, like we are looking for technical skills. But what about the non-technical skills? What about the communication? What about your critical mind? Like, we have a built-up mind strategy. There are people who are always looking for solutions on their own. I think these are the type of people we want. Like, in real-time situation, if something happened, if a failure happened, what are you going to do? What are your go-to steps? Are you going to just ask for help, or are you going to like look for solutions yourself? So what's your level of handling critical situation? Because a security incident is kind of a very time limited frame. Like, you have a very limited time frame, and you have to act, take critical decisions. You have to look at various aspects. So one of the things which I've seen my students succeeding is they had those abilities. Like, you have to work every day. It's constantly evolving. So you should be ready to give every day to learning. If you have that personality, it's for you. If you're ready to troubleshoot, it's for you. It's if you're ready, like if you like communicating with people, if you like to share ideas, if you get new ideas every day, be it non-technical, you'll get it here as well. And while working with community, especially in our lenient breaking barrier circle, we have a lot of women who are striving to start a career in cyber. And one of the challenges which I have seen is one who are starting and one who are transitioning. And one of the major challenge along with people who are transitioning into cyber is they're already in IT industry, doing quality, doing other kind of development. And they are also freaking. They're like, how do I start? I do not know. And one of the answers is you already know. Slowly and steadily, we are going to integrate towards cybersecurity. Every domain, we have seen supply chain also, and so many domains are getting into it. And eventually, it's going to be a very close integration. So everybody is going to learn. And going to college and get the degree is not always the mandatory solution. You can learn things on your own. We have so much on internet that you can transition, show your ideas. Like, communities are for this purpose, not only for learn, just to showcase also what you do. And of course, you can create a self-branding for yourself. We have so many people writing blogs, making videos. I think this is something everyone can do. It's not so tough. I think it's the mindset that people create for you that you might not able to do it. And then you will be like, oh my God, I see so many people doing this. Maybe I'll be a failure. And then they just stop.
Wow. So again, so both Naomi and Aastha, both of you had like the same thing, right? If you can do it, if you think you can do it, you can do it, and you need to have somebody or a community that can support you. So Shruthi, let's see what you have to say.
Yeah, so I actually do not have a lot of experience with hiring and stuff because it's not something that I've done regularly. But I do have some observations that I've made, right? So the good thing is that times are changing, and there has been a change coming in. I don't think now it's like if you just fit into all of that job role, only then you can apply for it. The idea is that if there's at least some part of it that fits into what your capabilities are, or if there's anything that is applicable to the job, then that works. So you can still go ahead and apply. Because I remember back in those days, right? Like, if you did not have it, then you would have that thinking, oh, maybe I cannot apply for this job. But the good part is the times are changing, and it's not really the case anymore, right? So that's a good thing. And then the understanding of wanting to have diverse candidates is also some change that has been coming across. So that's pretty much been my observation. And I actually agree with what Aastha has to say, that now people are trying to get in, and it's the mindset that really matters. So as the saying goes, like, tech skills can actually be taught, but it's really the attitude that you bring in and you can take away. So that should sort of, not should, I would say that is like kind of like the key factor where, if you can be hired or not. If you have that attitude of you want to learn and you want to do this, then it's just going to be easy to work. So yeah. That's what I have to add.